Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. We're going to do the grown-up woman tag today. And as I understand it, this tag was revived from a Aaron Busby tag from years ago by Little Poet. Then a few others have done it, and I thought this would be a good time of year to do this. There's 9 questions. That shouldn't theoretically take very long. First question is, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? I think I've actually said something like this before. I would make sure that my 20-year-old self understood that you're going to retire one day and you should be investing. I would explain saving for retirement. I would have to tie myself up and stick a gag in my mouth because 20-year-old me isn't going to listen to anything I had to say. Number 2, favorite band from the 70s or the 80s. I'm going to pick the 80s because in the 70s, I was too young to actually say, this is my favorite band. What I would say is that's my favorite song. The 80s are even hard to do because disco came to play in there, and I loved me some Donna Summer and dancing around in any kind of disco. Still to this day, prefer fast music over love ballads and stuff like that. But I mean, I loved bands like Fleetwood Mac, Kansas. In fact, I was telling my BFF from high school, I know this is really morbid, okay, that I'm gonna tell this to you, but I told her, if you outlive me, make sure that Shy Guy, if he's still living, doesn't do this, okay? Because I told him that I wanted a closed casket. I do not want that to be the last thing that's in your head, that you remember that. And I promise I'm gonna get off that as soon as I remember why I'm telling you that. Oh yeah, I remember, okay. So I tell my BFF from high school, who's been in my life longer than even him, at this point in time, and she goes, so you don't want the wall played at your funeral anymore?
That was the thing I told her to remember when we were 15.
Yeah, there was a time, believe it or not, when I thought I was just so worldly smart and philosophical, and I thought that the lyrics to The Wall just totally was me. This is how I feel. Make sure you play Kansas The Wall at my funeral. Now you're all gonna go listen to that, aren't you? You know, it depended on what kind of mood and what I was doing, what I liked. If I wanted to dance, probably Donna Summer. If I just wanted to sit around and listen to music, maybe Fleetwood Mac. If I wanted to like be in the car driving, Boston. I'm flitty-flighty. This is why I could never be one of these people who gets a tattoo, because I would change my mind next week. If it was just like, I'm just sitting around with my friends in my room and we're talking and whatnot, maybe Fleetwood Mac. If I'm wanting to dance, probably Donna Summer. If I'm wanting to drive around in my car, act like I'm cool, Boston or REO Speedwagon. If I wanted to pretend like I was singing and in a rock band with my hairbrush, probably Heart. I can't just give it to one, but I was just saying this yesterday. So maybe for those people who want me to give a profound answer, Cat Stevens. Is there a better song that sums up our whole lives than Cats in the Cradle? Really? That is the truth. That was very insightful. So number 3 is, what one person influenced you the most in your life and why? And I don't think that's a fair question because there's just too many people that have influenced me in my life. What one person influenced me the most? I'm probably going to say my parents, because that's who brought me up and taught me their values and all that stuff. Even though my mom might see this, I'm going to say my dad more than my mom. I mean, they both taught me the values that I needed to know. My mother taught me everything I needed to know about how to care for myself and others, how to take care of babies and how to clean the house and do all of that stuff. But the reason that my dad probably influenced my life more than my mom, even from the time I was growing up until the day that my dad passed away. And now you still could. All you have to do is tell me, your daddy would be so ashamed of you. And that will cut me to my heart. Oh, when I was a kid, my mom didn't do this, but all she would have had to have done to get me in line is say, your daddy would be so upset with you. Your daddy would be so disappointed. She could have manipulated me a lot with that. I was always very concerned about what my dad thought of something. You know, I was always doing things because I wanted my daddy to be proud of me. So I guess that makes him the person who I was the most influenced by in my life, because I made so many decisions in my life based on whether or not that would make him happy. I don't know why. Maybe most girls are like that with their daddy. They just really want their daddy to be proud of them. They go that extra mile, do that extra thing to make them proud. And another thing is, I learned that whole work ethic from my dad. My mom was a housewife. She stayed home and took care of us and raised us and taught us and all that stuff. But my dad is where I get my work ethic. I'm giving you 500% of me, even if you only give me 25% back. That's where I get that, is from my dad, that over and above, more than I have to. So I'm giving that to Daddy. Number 4 is what makes you angry. Probably when people try to change my mind. If I verbalize out how I feel about something to you.
I'm talking about serious stuff, not the sale at Sephora.
And you keep trying to make a case and the purpose is to change my mind, that makes me mad. Contrary to what you might think, I don't normally go around talking about serious things and giving you my opinion on them. So when I do, it's how I feel. If you keep at me and keep at me, you can give me your opinion, all right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not closed-minded. You can give me your opinion. But when your opinion turns into a campaign to try and change my mind about how I feel, that I don't like. That makes me angry. I'm like, stop. Just stop. Number 5, what truly makes you happy? And that, I've had to think about that for a little bit, but I think ultimately, without the label of being a people pleaser, it's actually pleasing people. It truly makes me happy to make other people happy. Making people happy, making them forget their troubles, going and doing something for somebody. That smile, that I made your day, that means everything to me. And if I can give that for just a few minutes, then that's what truly makes me happy. Being able to please others, be that with a joke, fulfilling a financial need, cooking you a meal. It doesn't matter what it is. If I can make you happy, then I'm happy. You probably guessed that though, right? That's not a big revelation to anybody. Number 6 is, have you had a facelift, Botox, fillers, and what's your honest opinion of it all? I've not had any of it. I don't care if people get it. Now I joke about it. I mean, my doctor wanted to fill my back up with Botox. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a lot of Botox, right? Oh, no, that might not be good to be in my body. I just don't know about that. But what if I rolled over? Would you fill my face up with it? And I'm just kidding. I wouldn't really do that, or I don't think I would. For me, it'd be really too easy at that point to move on to something else, and then before you know it, you've gone too far, okay? Let me give you an example. So I have a few flaws that could be corrected, and it bugs me that this eye is more, like it's slacker. It is dropping with age and slacking. I could go. Several people have told me, and I know because I know other people who have done that. You can go in and you can get Botox in just this one area, and it will lift this one part of my brow so that I don't have to keep doing that thing where I try to even out my dang brow. And there's one side of my lip is a little slightly bit higher than the other, and if I'm not paying attention when I put on lipstick, but my mouth runs so much that who's going to notice that? I'm talking all the time. I'm always so animated that who's going to really notice that? But if you study your face enough in the mirror, you're going to find little slight imperfections that nobody else sees. Nobody else even gives a crap about it, right? Once you start that filler thing, once you start that Botox thing, and then you like it, you'll keep doing it. You'll keep getting more and more, and then you'll move on to the next thing. I know that I'm the kind of person that if I got that, I would go and do it again and again, spend a whole bunch of money, do this and that, and then I would end up looking like one of these plastic surgery messes. That's where it would lead. If we can't go in there and pull the skin suit up, chop it off, and if we can't do it all, let's not do any of it. That's pretty much where I am. And I think Botox and fillers are kind of a gateway to plastic surgery. So I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to have a lower facelift. I'd love for you to, take care of this here, lift this crap up. So I'm trying to take care of myself and do the best I can. And another thing is, I don't want to put my brain through anesthesiology.
Or maybe just anesthesia.
There may be something I need to go to La-La-ville over. And I'm just this way. I think that there is a connection between going under anesthesia as you get older, okay? I think that there is a correlation between that and dementia. And I figure sometime down the road, I might have to have heart surgery, a hip replacement, something like that that will be detrimental to my life. And I don't want to have fried out all my brain cells lifting up my face. So that's just my opinion. Number 7, fill in the blank, because that has worked out for me really well up to this point. Multiple choice or fill in the blank and word, no. All right, I wish I was more blank. I would say confident, but compared to some people, I am pretty confident. I wish I was a better multitasker, maybe. Like I wish that I wasn't such a grasshopper. I've explained the grasshopper before. That's where like I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking dinner. Then I need to go to my room to get something. Get to my room, I've totally forgot what the thing is. And then I notice that, I don't know, I didn't put away the clothes that I folded. So I start putting away the clothes. And I forgot that I was cooking dinner in the kitchen, right? So now dinner's burning because I'm in the bedroom putting away clothes. But why weren't the clothes put away? Because probably I folded the clothes, took them in the bedroom to put them away. And while I was in there, something happened and I left. So I left the clothes there. And so I'm hopping like a grasshopper all around the place, doing things, but I never get anything done because I'm off hopping around. So I wish that I could be more focused. Number 8 is all time, can't live without it, beauty product. And that's really, I know you're not going to believe this, but that's not me. There's probably nothing. And the reason I say that is because for the most part, I'm an all or nothing girl. If I'm going to put on concealer, I'm going to put on mascara, I'm going to put on eyebrows, I'm going to, But if I have to pick a product, then that product is probably concealer. Because there's darkness under my eyes now that I just look like I'm more awake if I have that. And then if I'm going that far, I'll put on a brow pencil. But probably concealer. And the last one, thank goodness this is over because my brain hurts, is what are 3 words you live by? How about be a blessing? Is a word? Let's look that up. Is a word or a letter? Here we go. It says it's a word. So there you go. Be a blessing. Ha! All right, I tell you this every single time you're here. I tell you that, right? So yeah, 3 words I live by or try really hard to live by is be a blessing. All right, and on that note, I want to tell you that you are the best part of the Fritzy family. You are my blessing. And that if you want a blessing, then the best way to get one is to go be a blessing, right? All right, then. Give me your answers below. I'd love to hear what you think about these questions, what you want to say. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Would you tell your 20-year-old self? Well, today it would be to make sure that you're using birth control. No, just kidding. Trust me, there's been plenty of times people have wanted to put a gag in my mouth. They'd be like, stick that rag in there, don't let her speak. Shut your dang mouth. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. But I mean, it depends. If I was in the mood to dance, oh my gosh, look what I just did. Disco, disco duck. Disco, disco duck. Yeah, Tower Inferno. Was that what that was called? John Travolta. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. Where you going? Nobody's influenced me. Dang it, I did it again. This is a terrible lipstick for staying on your mouth. And then I started dancing and forgot what the question was again. Well, after much thought and provocation. What does provocation mean?
Provocation means action or speech that makes someone annoyed or angry, especially deliberately.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Do you want to hear the remaining?
Nah. So, yeah, that's right. After much thought and provocation. Number 4. What makes you angry? Shy guy. I wish I was more blank. I can't answer that one because I am everything that everyone wants to be. I'm every woman.